Hey everyone, Soul here. So today we are doing a kind of updated Blaster Rush, which is kind of an Alfred deck profile. Let's get into it. First, we're playing Elrond as a starter because we can put Counter Blast 1, put this in a soul. If you have a Vanguard the Alfred card name, set the deck up to any like grade 2 or less, not name this card, call it to open recurrence of your deck, which is you can literally fetch anything. Opens a lot of possibilities for counter charge as well, so that's why definitely him. Now for our grade 3s, we are running 4 of Monarch Sanctuary Alfred. Actually, this card got really good with our new stride for in our premium collection. I'll tell you guys why later. But the skill is out of your Blaster Blade gets plus 1 gain plus 5 shield. And when placed, Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1 to return a Blaster Blade from your drop zone. I'm really not sure if you can, when you copy this skill with a Crystal Luster, you can use it twice, because if you ride it, you can do Counter Blast, Soul Blast, and you can return 1. And also if you ride it, if you try to Crystal Luster, you can do it again. Let me know if this skill can work, because I'm really not sure. If you can spam this skill, it'll be kind of good. Now we're also playing 4 of this guy, Alfred early. Not the best, but it's there. You may use Gancelot. Actually, I wouldn't recommend using Gancelot because part of the cards needs Alfred name. You can try the older Alfred, but I like this one better. When I say older Alfred, I mean the one came in the booster set, the very first one. But I like this one better because of the Blaster Blade combo. So yeah, definitely Alfred early. Now we are playing for our grade 2s. We are definitely gonna play 4 of the star of the deck, everything that this deck is, which is actually a Blaster Blade deck, not anything else. This is the card which gets like 104k, 90k, 80k, whatever you wanna use it with our new stride, which is actually pretty dumb. And you can use our trigger to, restun it again and again. If this card isn't there, this deck is completely dead. Master of the deck, you need this card. Now for our other grade 2s, we are playing 4 of Larus. Larus is a really important card in this deck because you can use him to call out your high beast, which is your Flogels, and when Flogel comes out, you can literally do restand again and again. It's pretty important in this deck. Now I'm playing 2 Larus. Lu, not Larus. Basically, you can use it for the multi-attack, but be very careful of your Counter Blast. Be very careful because sometimes you can run out, you can be unconscious, you can just run out, and your opponent can damage you for it. But yeah. Now I'm playing 2 of Tarna. You guys already saw it here, maybe. But Tarna, I'm running 8 Alfreds because of Tarna, because sometimes you just spam, and then you will get your markers quickly. Or you can just go like 4 Tarna if you don't care about, multi-attacking. But like Tarna becomes very dead in the late game, so like I wouldn't recommend going for 4. But if you really want to do the spams here and here, so then you can definitely go for it. But I wouldn't recommend it. So Tarna can fetch you an Alfred, will get you a new marker. So basically on your first grade 3 turn, you may have like 3, because if you are able to successfully spam 2 of these, because you can get the Elrond very quickly. So yeah, if you have 1 in hand, then you will transcend and I don't know, but yeah, it's a pretty good card. Now we are running 2 of Tempest Sphere. I am so glad we got this card, but fuck Zazan. Zazan to 1 is not a good thing. Zazan to 0 is all the way. But anyway, Counter Blast 1, you can turn something into the G-Zone face up. Now this is really important for our Twin Sword to shine, because it needs something in the G-Zone flipped up. Now if you don't care about Tarna in the early game, you can use this card to flip it face up to use your great G1 skills, which is your triggers. I don't think so we playing too much of GB1 skills in this deck. But yeah, you can also use this card to flip up your Gancelot and you can, that way you can go with the your Blaster Blade you know, pretty ham on that. But also keep in mind that I don't think so I don't think so that many decks do your Battle Phase retired. I'm really not up to date with Kagero, so I should be actually, but yeah. Tempest Sphere, I love this card because it's just so good for our, Twin Sword. Now we are playing 3 of Sisyphus. Now Sisyphus is a card where it doesn't come in the class that often, but sometimes you do want to use your triggers for guarding. So this card will help you with the stride cost because you don't want to throw down your trigger all the time. You may want to save it for the guards, and if you have your triggers and this card, you might as well use this one because you want to save something to guard until later on, because it's a critical trigger. So definitely him, just because we have 2 options, we can utilize them properly and can be very powerful. And now I'm playing 1 tech. This could be 1 more Sisyphus, or this could be 1 more Paggal, because I'm playing 3 Paggal. So Alan is just like kind of a card which counterblast 1 and call up to 1 card with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard from your hand, and you can draw a card, which is just a 1 free plus for 1 counterblast. But like considering the fact that we are using counterblast a lot in this deck, I wouldn't. If you want to cut this card, you can go either for Sisyphus, you can either go for Pagga, but my favorite would be going for Tempest Sphere, or you can use like 3 Tempest Sphere, and like you can go for 3-3-3, like 3 Tempest Sphere, 3 Sisyphus, and 3 of Paggal, because Paggal is very, very important in this deck, especially the fact that we are, using so much of our counterblast. We need to countercharge, but also when you are using this card, be mindful of your G guards because you may want to save your soul for the G guard as well. So think a lot before you use this card. That's all I can say right now. Now for our other grade 1s, we are playing our perfect guards. So we have our 3 of normal, sorry, not normal, but like Lian, and then 1 of this girl to prevent Gustil, or you want to prevent the Zoa combo or whatever, because we are playing Mara on this deck and it can be very useful. So definitely 3 of this girl and 1 of her. It's very, very good. Now for our triggers, we have gotten some updates, but I don't think so this trigger will go away anytime, which is Floggle. Only reason this deck is good because of this card, like restanding, like Floggle, then you have Larus and Blaster Blade is the reason. This is the whole blaster engine. You never want to take this away. If you don't have this card, you might not just play this deck because this is such a good card. Keep on restanding. If you're 3 on the field, your Blaster Blade will be like 1 of 4k, maybe 2 crits, restand, attack like 4 times, which is pretty nuts, honestly, which is very, very good. You can actually win with this deck a lot. Like people say it's kind of a trash deck. You know what? I kind of agree. Oh, not really agree, but like, you can win the games because I have played against Gustil, I have won. I have played against other meta decks, I have won. So depends on how you use your resources actually. But yeah, definitely really good card. Now we are playing other triggers, which are our 4 of the previous premium collection crits, which is Emerald Pure Ego. When your Vanguard attacks, put this into the soul, you draw a card, and one of your Vanguard gets plus 10k. Really, be mindful when you use these cards. I normally don't use it because I want to save the shield for my defense later on. But sometimes it's kind of stupid too, because sometimes your Vanguard needs that power. So really depends on its game state. If you want to be aggressive, you can use it on the field. If you want to be defensive, you can use it on the hand. But if you don't have the GB1 skill, you might just save it. But once you stride, you will have that skill. So pretty nuts. And if you can do it with Tempest Sphere in the early game, this card will go live right away, and you can use it for any of your cards. Probably, like, you know, you can go for grade 2, grade 2, and if you're able to flip on the grade 1, why not? Now our new of critical triggers, which is this little dragon looking thing, basically a stride cost, but as I said, you want to save it up. You want to save up for your stride you want to save up for your shield, because important really. But then if you don't have any other option, you can use it for a stride. But I do recommend using for the shield, because sometimes you just go like, oh, let me just try this new trigger out, and you just use it for the stride, even though you have Sisyllus, and the next turn you're like, oh shit, I'm short like 10k shield, because you kept this guy in the hand, use this guy, and now you're using this guy to guard, but that's 10k less. But yeah, good card, really good utility, really good option, definitely. Now we're playing 4 of our heal, of course, not the not the G era heal, but the V era heal, because 20k, good shield, why not? Now for the G zone, we're playing 2 of Gunslot. Now the thing is, this card got really good because of our new order, because your Blaster Blade is literally alive right away, because G zone is already faced up, and you can stride into him, and then you can start attacking with your Blaster Blade. And this time you know for a fact that your Blaster Blade is not going to be tired on the very first swing of your stride, because this card is already active. So yes, Tempest Sphere is game changing. I love the card. But this guy is your very first stride if you want to. We have other first strides too, but normally I would just suggest going like flipping him face up. And if you're lacking cards in your hand, you go into this. If you don't, then you go into Crystal Luster, because having this card flipped up and using Crystal Luster is kind of a pretty deadly skill. But yes, really good card. I love the art too. Speaking of the devil, we are playing 2 Crystal Luster. Now this card, if you use it with your Alfred, as I said, I'm really not sure about spamming this card with your Alfred, because when you place an Alfred, you gotta use the skill. When you place him, he also copies the skill, but I am really not sure if you can copy the skill and use it again for Counter Blast and Soul Blast to get a Blaster Blade. If you do Blaster Blade in the Soul drop zone, that is. Because if you can spam it up, then you can spam your Blaster Blades, and then you can use it for 2, you can get them back for 2 Counter Blast. And then you can use Pug Gauze to counter charge. So yeah, pretty good. Also really good skill for GB3. GB3 is pretty good in the Ultima. In the Blaster it's kind of like meh, but also it's the same time when you have Larus for 9k and Blaster Blade for like 10k, and your opponent has to use 3 cards to guard. It's pretty cuck. Like it's a very painful skill, and it's just like you're reducing their hand sizes a lot. So yeah, but I'm not really sure if you will go into this all time. But because of Tempest Sphere, GB3 skill can be active on the very first turn, because this will flip something up, and your Gancelot will be already faced up in your G zone. So when you stride into him, you may be able to do it on your very first stride. You can just go with the smaller grade 2s. You can start swinging, and then you can force them to use 3 cards to guard. So that's possible if you get a Tempest Sphere. And if you cannot, I guess just use your starter, and I'm pretty sure you will be able to get your Tempest Sphere. Yeah, so really good card, like you can spam it up, and that's why it's pretty important. Now our 4 of, like, this is a kind of a finisher. We're playing 4 of this Twin Sword. Oh, sorry, this started here. You get big. This is the card. When you utilize this card, your Blaster Blades gonna get very, very big. Like 1 of 4k, sorry, 80, 90, 1 of 4, whatever the fuck you want to do. Because yeah, it's a pretty deadly card. Like, you build it up, and then you use your Flogels to fuck with your opponent so damn bad they just die right away if they don't have the counters. Because your Blaster Blade may just attack 4 times, like after your 3 attacks. So basically you will attack with your one row, your second row you will attack with him, call out something here, maybe probably Larus here, and you can just call out 2 Flogels. And if you already have a Flogel on the board, that's pretty lethal because now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, and 8 because your Flogels will make it stand up again and again. So, yep. Oh, sorry, 9. Yeah. So pretty lethal. If you can build up pretty quickly, and because of Tempest Sphere and all the other strides, we will be able to build up pretty quickly. Now 2 of this Holy Saver never went into this, never needed it. Not that useful, but sometimes let's just say for some situation like we never see it coming, right? Let's just keep it there because this is also a really good card because Twin Drive is pretty good. So yes, important card. And again with Tempest Sphere, it's easy to achieve. So yeah. 1 Agnos, never use this card. I don't know if you will use it. If you're breaking hard, why not? Sounds like an insult, but that's true. Now 1 Dismal, protect something if you want. Now we're using 2 of this girl. If you have a really good field, you can use it to get it will get bigger and bigger because you got plus 5k for like each of your Irregulars at the end of the battle. So why not? Now we're playing 2 of the best fucking G guard ever. Because this will help you to survive against Gastille. It will help you to survive against Zoa because it can fetch out 1 grade 1 from your deck, which will be your perfect guard. If you are damage, rip, you will die, but if you not, then this is a very important card. Like, just play this card, please, like, for fuck's sake. Against Gastille is the biggest cuck, like, because you may be able to guard 2 attacks, but you won't be, then you will have used 1 of these to get a PG from your deck to guard your circle. But also, other thing, against DI, Dismal will help you as well, because in Solemn Vanguard's video he mentioned that you can cut them by protecting something on your field because they will have to retire their own. So yeah, these 2 are like anti-NLK, not NLK, sorry, DI package, but definitely. But I use this card more for DI matchups, so yep. Yeah, so this was kind of updated deck profile for our Blaster Rush, which is, you know, pretty good actually. It's not that bad. I was trying out the MLB plus Alfred, but it's kind of like, it works. I would say it works, but when the meta is like bunch of Gastilles, like spamming their like everything on the very first try, it becomes kind of slower because you know, MLB plus Alfred takes a little bit while. It's like a slower deck, but I will definitely make a deck profile about it as well in the future. But yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.